From time to time, Mr. Sunday had visited us in our new home, coming with his new motorbike, and always he brought us something sweet Lady Latta had specially prepared for us. Sweet Lady Latta and James Bond missed us a lot, and Shiva had promised Mr. Sunday that we will come for a visit next Sunday to Tiracol. When the next Sunday afternoon we left our home in Kerry, the landlord was very angry. He looked very dangerous, like his Lara dog, and he called his wife a bitch and threw out her big mirror hanging behind the entrance door of the house, and the mirror broke in thousands of pieces. His Rupa wife ran out with open hair and cried hysteric, but he pushed her back and closed the whole house with a long, long rope. He wrapped around all over the windows and the entrance door that the house looked like a packet and nobody could enter. I was happy when we left the place. We went to the ferry station and waited in Siddharth's and his mother's restaurant for the boat. Siddharth has a blue kayak, and like me, he prefers to learn outside the school, from the sea and the river. There are many shops and restaurants, and opposite Siddharth's and his mother's restaurant, there is a shop the shop wife uses to bite her husband. And as there was low tide and we had to wait, Shiva decided to show business to the shop wife. He bought one beer from the shop wife for 80 rupees and gave her the secret of the Western marketing. If she would sell her beer in future always for 80 rupees, 20 rupees more than usual, and as her neighbors do, everybody soon would only buy the beer at the shopwife's shop because it's the most expensive they can get, and soon all the other shops would lose their business. The shopwife did not believe, but after some time, really all the passengers, the villagers, and even the other shop and restaurant owners went to the shopwife's shop and bought the beer for 20 rupees more than in their own shops. And all left very happy because nowhere else they could buy a beer for such a high price. The shopwife was so busy to count all the money that she forgot to bite her husband, and Shiva changed his color to a splendid white. When we reached Mr. Sunday's cottage, Shiva spoke long time to Mr. Sunday, and then to us, that we had to stay in Mr. Sunday's place and to wait for him. And then Shiva left, and he never came back. Leila and Baala married, and they got 2 children, Tara and Solomon, twins like Leila and Seena. Baala is a policeman in Goa, and Leila studies literature at the university in Panjim. Mr. Sunday and Lady Latta take care for the kids. Seena is still missed. I feel very lonely. I miss Shiva too much, and every night I cry. Shiva has taught us a lot, to sing, to dance, to paint, to be happy, and to use our fancy to overlive. My name is Surya, and I'm born in Malat West, Mumbai, in the rainy season, under a baobab tree behind the Milab Theatre. When my brother died, and I saw my mother standing there, in front of his dead body, and the rain dropped down from her nose and her ears and her knees, and her whole body cried. I know now that her eyes were full of tears. And then Shiva came back. I was so happy that of all this happiness I got a hiccup over 2 days, and I could not speak one word or one sentence. And even if I thought about 10 bare-headed naked men, it did not stop. When Shiva came, Leila was with the kids in the kitchen of our cottage at Mr. Sunday's place. And Leila was like always. But these kids, now they are around 8 years old, and never ever before in their lifetime they saw Shiva. But from the first second, they loved him more than I ever could do. And day and night they stay around him, and nothing than him. They are corrupt. They want to have him alone. I don't like these kids. I knew it from the beginning. It was not necessary that they came. We did not need them. Tara, the girl, is very Christian. Even as she has a Hindi name, she plays the whole day in the little chapel with Jesus Christ and Lady Mary, and she is very tricky. When we eat, she puts her stinky foot inside her plate that nobody rubs her food. Her brother, Solomon, looks like a rebirth of Buddha. Every night, when Shiva sits on the veranda of the cottage, he sleeps at his side, and he don't go to bed before Shiva goes. And then he puts his head on Shiva's heart, and only so he sleeps. These babies have this golden-colored skin, like Baala, and they are too smart and beautiful. They are not Indians and not Africans. They are Goans, and Goa is Portuguese. But a Portuguese friend of Shiva, a lawyer who works for the Portuguese government in Macau, don't visit us in Goa because he is afraid to come. He says Goa is not Portuguese. Goa is Indian. Nobody wants Goa. Not the African, not the Portuguese, and not the Indians. I understand why these stupid Goan babies run day and night behind Shiva. They have nobody in the whole world than him, like the Goans. But Shiva is my Shiva, and Baala's, and even Baala is married now with Leila, and Leila is a cheese rubber. Yes, she can go back with her babies to Africa and study there. I don't like her anymore. And her and Baala's babies I hate now, like rickshaws and watchmen. Maybe later they can do the agriculture for us. I never in my life will enter Africa because I don't want to be bleached like Leila. I wish them all to go. Then I can stay with Shiva alone and Baala because he works with the police and he cannot go. And all will be like before. Before it was nice. Now it's not like before, and now it's not nice. Africans are too cool. They never cry. If they suffer, they just stop to eat. I don't understand them. They keep all inside. I don't trust them. They are dangerous. I want Shiva for me alone. If I had not called him, he never would have come here. I made the whole work with my prayers, and now they all want to profit. I don't like this. Why to share? Shiva is mine. He came because of my prayers. They all don't know how to pray. They are stupid, and they can all go back to their continents and take Baala with them, or to Portugal or Pakistan or wherever they want. I cried every night, and when they cried with me, they only copied me. They don't know. I am Indian, and I know. I don't like Goans and Portuguese and Africans. Shiva came back only for India, and not for all. He is mine, not theirs. They have their own gods, and if they would not be so lazy, they could call them also, like I did.
So as I had not the fortune to develop the real Goan nightlife, I had decided to study literature in Banjim. My babies look exactly like their father, and he is, like most Indian men, really beautiful. When my babies were small, they were always sick, with many ugly red points all over the body, and no doctor could heal them, till I discovered that Surya, every time when she passed, punched them. For her, They are going bastards. Surya is very intelligent. She never visited a school. She knows all by herself. And she's pretty, but anyhow wild. She makes things I never would do, and even not my babies, who love her over all. I am not like her. I don't get a hiccup over 2 days when Shiva comes back. I'm only happy and change my behavior slowly. When Shiva is here, I have not to fight. I'm safe. I must not protect. I am protected. Shiva found me and Seena in this big African continent. And later he brought us to India. He will know what to do. I don't care. Shiva stood with us 3 weeks in Mr. Sunday's cottage. And like always, when Shiva is with us, we had a marvelous time. We made many excursions to Maharashtra, the beaches there and the rocks and our cave behind the fort. This is our paradise, and I pray that the bosses of the Tata factory on the hill will save it and build a school for the kids of their workers and not an industrial harbour. In the evening time we played music with Sweet Lady Latta and James Bond. And even the babies started to dance. Oh, it looked really wonderful. Only our former luxury home in Kerry, Shiva forbid us to enter. Then Shiva said he has to go to Mumbai and he will take along Surya because she will cry again every night, and this makes us all cry and crazy. It's also disturbing Mr. Sunday and the villagers. I can understand why Shiva chose Surya to go with him. From all of us, she is the one most similar to him. Surya can smell like a wolf and she speaks with the birds in the trees. And she is Indian. She will go with Shiva in front. For us, all of us.
You